Welcome back, everyone, here to Full Circle Florida. Let's get right into it. She is the founder and the president of Summit Communication Strategies. Janelle Irwin Taylor is back with us here this week. And she, of course, is our political analyst and distinguished USF political science professor, Dr. Susan MacManus. All right, I want to talk about this off the top. Florida Senator Rick Scott, he kind of put this out on Twitter. He asked FBI Director Christopher Wray, who was testifying this week before the Senate Committee on Capitol Hill about terrorism threats, if the country is safer since Biden took office, took the White House. And there was this long pause, and then Wray sort of finally admitted that the threats have indeed elevated. Now, of course, this isn't all Biden's fault. It's happening against the backdrop of what's happening in the Middle East and all these protests that are breaking out across the country. But we did see new numbers showing that the number of people on the terrorist watch list being stopped at the southern U.S. border in Mexico has in fact risen compared to last year. I think we're up to 200 so far this year, about 160 last year. And the Border Patrol sent out this memo warning that Hamas and Hezbollah fighters potentially could be using the southern border to come into the United States. So all the red lights seem to be blinking here. If there's a terrorist attack in this country, how much blame will be put at the feet of Joe Biden?
They're always, I mean, the president is the commander in chief. So if there's a terrorist attack on American soil, the buck stops with the president of the United States, for sure. I take a little bit of issue with kind of Rick Scott's posturing. He's playing political games, right? He's asking a question to get an answer that he knows is going to come, to make a political adversary look bad. So, you know, I think let's look at George W. Bush, right, after 9/11. Would anybody have said at that time, this is all George W. Bush's fault? I mean, maybe we had that conversation about the war that ensued after it, but it's just, you know, there are so many other factors to consider besides the occupant of the White House that it's just, there's nuance that's being ignored, and it makes it not a very fair question.
Well, the criticism is the fact that that he's not handling the situation at the border. People would say that too many people are coming in, and if they're actually, these aren't just people from Middle Eastern countries. They're people on the terrorist watch list that are coming through the border.
Right, and the issue, of course, is that in every poll that's been taken for the last 6 or 7 months, immigration and the border are near the top. They're certainly among the top 4. The economy, of course, is always number 1. And in that sense, of course, people hear that and they obviously think border, and there has been a shortcoming. But let's add another new element, which is that some of the mayors of these sanctuary cities, like all of the immigrants now in New York, for example,
Democratic mayors
are very equally frightened about the possibility of terrorism.
Right. The New York mayor, Eric Adams, has said this is going to completely change our city. Not exactly a conservative mayor, obviously. So did you see this Wall Street Journal article last week, or this week, as actually the headline read, "The economy is great. Why are Americans in such a rotten mood?" And it cherry-picked some numbers, but if you look at just measuring by the cold hard numbers, unemployment at 3.9%. It ticked up a little bit, but inflation now down to 3.7%. The target is 2. That's the lowest it's been. It's getting closer to that target 2. In fact, the Fed did not raise interest rates this week. So why does President Biden seem to be losing the messaging war on the economy? There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of enthusiasm about where the economy is. And are Americans in a bad mood because of the angst of the war in the Middle East and crime and some of these other factors that play into it?
Well, I mean, I think we've got some cranky Americans because everything is expensive. We have an affordable housing crisis. Florida, our inflation situation is not, sticking with national trends. So in Florida specifically, we're still experiencing some pretty high inflation here. And when people are going to the grocery store and they're buying eggs that are twice as much as they were 2 years ago or 3 years ago, milk that's twice as much as it was 2 or 3 years ago, that's what people are seeing. And we discussed this, Susan, before we went on, most Americans aren't fully fluent in the language of economics, so that's what they see and feel. They're not
looking at or reading it the same way Jerome Powell is on the Fed. But is it as bad as what? I guess it's confusing. Like, is it good? Is it bad? Is it somewhere in between? What's the story with the economy?
Well, for the average person in a political year, you can be sure that here's the kind of ad that's going to be run. What was the price of eggs when Biden took office? What is it today?
Right.
And go down the line. Gas, for example, health care, all the above. And so when you have that kind of already look ahead on the part of the politicos as to the numbers that will be used. It's a realization, as she said, that it's how people feel about everyday things that's relevant to them. You know, consumer price index, GDP, all of that, it's foreign, but they know when they go to the grocery store how much more cereal costs even than last week.
Why aren't these numbers, because they're nothing more than measurements, why is that not reflected in the mood of the American public? If unemployment is at 3.9%, because it's been much higher before, we saw it during 08, 09, 2010, that long recovery. I mean, you had numbers more than double that. And it's a feeling that people have.
Improvements to the economy show up in data before they show up at kitchen tables. So the data might show vast improvement, but what people are still feeling hasn't caught up to that yet. So I think that's part of the problem. And then part of it also is that, again, there's nuance that isn't recognized when you're looking at just simply numbers. I'm a numbers person, love it, but there's more to it than
Numbers
that.
don't measure what people are feeling. Guys, hang with me here when we come back. Our final thoughts on the week that was and the marathon month ahead for Governor Ron DeSantis. Stay with us.